I think India is still fascinating, right? I think there's more US developers in India than there is in the US. I saw that number recently for most of the companies. Lots of the developers are still there. And yes, programming can be done largely by AI now, but you still need those minds at the moment to help think of the next innovation, the solutions, to use the tool. AI is a tool. So we think there's huge potential for innovation in India. There's a huge amount of capex that's still going into the space. There's a huge population that's growing that can use this technology. And if you have now the ability to use AI at smaller scale to expand it out to many, many different industries, it doesn't have to be huge language models, expensive ones for it to work. I think there's a lot of scope still for the India space. But the ecosystem is nowhere near as developed as the US or China. So that's going to take a long time.
India becoming a beneficiary of diversification of markets over in China with regards to the whole tariff argument as well. I mean, with regards to India having the potential but just not quite there yet.
Well, I think what we're seeing is we're seeing that deglobalization means each group has to have their own resilience. That's tech resilience, that's defense, that's energy, and big places like India has their own big enough domestic economy to do this. But tech was out of reach. It was just thought it's such an expensive pace to build this up. We are seeing a lot more investment going into India, so they have their own tech resilience. They have their own energy resilience. So that is going to be a beneficiary, because when investors are looking for opportunities for local champions, India has been a place that a lot of foreign investment have gone to. So now if you have the catalyst of, okay, the government is behind building resilience in tech, in energy, so they're going to be supportive. We're happy to bring our funding in. We're seeing a lot more private markets, private deals, private credit going into the space to help build that infrastructure up, because there is a huge gap, as highlighted. So I think that's the opportunity, is the catch-up trade. I don't think the opportunity is cutting-edge next deep seek coming out of India. I think it's the catch-up trade. There is enough growth there. There is enough scale. Geographically, there's opportunities. So I think that is where, for us today, the opportunity is, instead of looking for the latest tech coming from them. It's much more going to be a China, US story.